You are listening to the Health Highlights Podcast, sponsored by publiclytradedpodcast.com. Health Highlights is dedicated to shining a spotlight on companies in the medical and healthcare related industries. From new therapies to durable equipment manufacturers, pharmaceutical, nutraceutical, and bioscience drug discovery and development, to precision surgical tools. We highlight publicly traded companies that are helping to create a healthier future. And now, your host, Marcus Heatherly.
On today's episode of Health Highlights, we're excited to spotlight the company Axim Biotechnologies, Inc. They're currently trading on the OTCQB under their ticker symbol AXIM. Axim is a world leader in research and development of cannabinoid-based pharmaceutical products, and today we're excited to have their CEO, Mr. John Huemoeller. He has over 35 years of experience in investment banking, finance, sales, and marketing, and recently became CEO on January 8th of this year. Mr. Huemoeller, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Marcus.
Tell my listeners and myself a little bit about your company, Axim Biotechnologies, Inc.
Well, as you mentioned, Axim is a leader in the cannabinoid pharmaceutical, and I'd also like to say nutraceutical side of the equation as well now. We're focused on pharma solutions that we can bring to market in shorter timelines, and we're launching some new over-the-counter consumer products through some various distribution channels, and so we're looking forward to bringing some products to market and actually delivering revenues to the company as well.
Got it. Well, recently how your company caught my attention was you guys had news out about an article that was published by Fox Business recently, co-authored by Dr. Stuart Titus, entitled Legal CBD is Good for You Like Vitamin C and is also good for the economy. If you would tell us a little bit about that article and how you see the federal landscape shaping up in regards to cannabis, hemp, and CBD.
Well, as you know, the Farm Bill was passed last year, and because of that now, hemp-derived CBD products are legal. Brightfield is forecasting that to be a $22 billion a year business in 2022. So, it's going to be with us for a while. The only issue, kind of question mark still out there, is what is the FDA going to say? They just had their recent hearing or questions where they were taking questions from people or taking interviews from people regarding cannabis or regarding hemp and CBD. And now that the ball is in their court, I think it's probably a year or so down the road before they're going to make any kind of a ruling. But, the consensus is that, the genie is out of the bottle and CBD is here to stay. I think that they will probably make some sort of determination on high dosages of CBD and try and limit the amount of CBD that people take to lower dosages.
Got it.
And also that they are good manufacturing practice manufactured products, because a lot of these things are just made in people's garages.
You mentioned nutraceuticals. I know Axim is already in that space with CBD-based chewing gum. On May 14th, Axim had a press release out in regards to filing a provisional patent for cannabis gum as a treatment for migraine symptoms. If you would, please tell us more about this exciting development.
Yeah, so, we thought that feverfew has been used for centuries as a migraine relief product. And, it's often thought that migraines are caused by inflammation, and CBD is very good for inflammation, and so is feverfew. So we thought that the two together might make a really great product. And in addition to that, in our chewing gum, our gum delivers the active pharmaceutical ingredient within 2 to 10 minutes, and as opposed to taking an Excedrin migraine pill, which has to go through your gut, and you wait an hour for any kind of relief. We think that we've got a product that could help people immediately.
Yeah, that's definitely exciting news. I know myself from taking pain pills for migraines, what it does to your stomach and internal organs is not often worth the relief it provides. So definitely exciting development in that regards. More recently, John, on June 3rd, you guys released news about an agreement to supply cannabidiol for clinical trials, potentially treating periodontitis. And then today, June 5th, you guys released news about signing a supply agreement to register cannabinoid oral care products in clinical trials for gingivitis and gum disease. Can you tell us more about those developments?
Yeah, so we've partnered with Impression Healthcare in Australia. And the good news is that they're going to be able to run this clinical study at their cost, and But at the same time as we're able to run some of our other clinical study on dronabinol, and so we're able to do two things at the same time. But the clinical trial has now been registered with the government of Australia and with New Zealand, and forecasted to get going and work on gingivitis and periodontitis, and we believe that CBD and in our toothpaste and CBG as well in our mouthwash and products are very good antibacterial and anti-inflammatories. And so, we're looking forward to hopefully having good results.
Well, we're rooting for you. Those are definitely exciting developments. The company that we're highlighting today, Axim Biotechnologies, Inc., is trading currently on the OTCQB under the ticker symbol AXIM. With us today is their CEO, John Huemoeller. John, is there anything that we didn't touch upon that you'd like to share with your investors and our listeners?
No, I think we touched on everything. I mean, we're obviously working on the pharmaceutical side, but I think we can look forward to some good revenues coming in and hopefully hitting profitability sometime in the near future with our nutraceutical sales. And at that kind of a price where we're valued today, I think our stock is attractive at this value.
Definitely. Well, I would agree. I would say that, in my opinion, you guys are definitely undervalued with all the developments you have, especially with patents going on, clinical trials underway. I know you guys already have sales out there with your different chewing gums as well. So we're excited to see where things go for you in the near future. Hopefully, you'll come back on and give us an update when you have new developments to talk about. Thanks again for your time, John.
Thank you, Marcus. Look forward to it.
This audio interview was entirely sponsored and produced by Publicly Traded Podcasts, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided in this audio interview are those of the guests and those of the respective companies that they represent, and do not necessarily reflect those of the team or management of Publicly Traded Podcasts. All listeners of this audio interview are encouraged to do their due diligence and research when planning and executing investment strategies. We strongly recommend seeking the assistance of an investment professional. The guests interviewed may have paid for an extended audio distribution package and are in no way affiliated with Publicly Traded Podcasts or their audio distribution partners.